Welcome to episode 2 of Building 1313 in LEGO. First I want to show a quick look at the LATLE, or Police Gunship. So this whole section front comes off, and is able to go on top of there, so you get the full interior. And the back hatch opens up with the full interior as well. Instructions are available at rebrickable.com. In this episode, we're going to completely finish the full platform. Now let's do that. Here's my progress so far. I've completely finished the first level. That's what it looks like so far. And I started to work on the platform. So all I did was, I made the bottom by using 1x16 bricks and then overlaying a bunch of plates on it. It's not done because it's going to be more of a rectangle at the very end. And also the studs aren't going to be showing. I'm going to use a lot of tiles and snot technique to cover all that section up. And on the bottom right here, a lot of the studs, they kind of like go away as soon as you like look further away from it. So it's not really that much of a detail, since a lot of this is not like the focal point of the MOC. It's going to be more the upper level right here, and also the LATLE. I recently just added these slopes and plates alongside the either side of the MOC, because if you notice, there is some slight curvature along the whole front of the MOC. Now let's complete the entire platform. I'm pleased with this outcome using a combination of tiles and bricks on their sides, especially incorporating this line throughout the center of it. That's how it is in the photo. But I realized that this section of the platform is actually angled inwards, so it's okay to completely take something apart knowing that it's incorrect. So a few hours later, I've started to notice that the weight of the bricks is actually taking a toll on the length of it. So it's starting to slope downwards, when in reality it's supposed to be more parallel with the ground. Later on, I have to support a lot more structure right here and connect it at an angle with one of these hinge plates or hinge bricks to make it more sturdy at the bottom. This problem happened early on. Initially, when I started to do this technique, I'd never really started to notice that a lot of it's not even touching the tile like that. So it's gonna be a huge problem, especially when a lot more weight's gonna be placed on this section of it, because all of this, there's no support. Without a good sturdy structure, a lot of it will collapse. This is the intersection of the platform. I created it by having two snot platforms, this single section at the very bottom, like that. A bunch of tiles and bricks on the sides, and then put it at the bottom. And since there is a single line going throughout the center of it, and it comes to a T, these yellow 1x1 plates represent the lights. That's what it looks like on the bottom. So it's a bunch of tiles and plates, 1x plates, along the sides, and then separating with bricks. These tiles are a little bit inaccurate, but it's my own creative liberty that I kind of put on the MOC. Now let's go install it. So that's what it looks like installed. I simply placed the bottom section right here, and then, because the bricks and plates fit directly like that, so it's a nice seamless snot technique, and there's no connections. And I did finish the outer section with plates. I put plates instead of tiles because in the photo there's a bunch of crates that I'm going to replicate, so this section will be covered up anyway, so there's no point in putting tiles. I tried to put the most amount of detail wherever I can, especially on the sides, in this section right here. because I noticed that there is some sort of angled outward and then inwards on the picture, and then there's like a rectangle, dark bluish gray rectangle with some lights on the side. So that's how I replicated that. Here's the outcome of the end of the platform. I prefer this section way better than before because it's so much more dynamic because of the angle and also these like antennas on the very end. This is the technique I used to create this design. I put a wedge, a 1x4 wedge plate along the side right here, and then some hinge plates right there, or a 2x8 plate with like a rail on the side with some tiles on the side of that, and then put it at an angle. I noticed that there was a gap right here, so I put a 1x4 plate and a 1x4 tile. I enjoy this section of the MOC because it looks exactly like the photo, and the design is so sleek and nice. Of course, I would like to have this plate be like a brick instead of a plate because they're studs, but I don't mind that since I can put like some sort of crate and place hold right there. So these support beams are using these trans bricks, and I'm not really satisfied how this looks so far right now, since it's so invasive on the whole MOC. But that's what I have to do right now so far. So later on, I can put Technic on the rest of the MOC, so that the platform will be supported with that. So I can later on take this out. I also started to work on this design for the intersection of the MOC, where the whole border actually is curved inwards. I don't have enough slopes to create a section of the MOC like that, so I utilized different bricks instead. So I created it by using 2x2 brackets and 2x4 slopes, alongside with these 2x2x3 slopes, dark bluish gray. And then in the center of it, there's actually a 1x1 pin connecting both sides. Then I'll replicate this a few more times to create that effect. So that's the effect it would have when it's all completed. All the plates are going to be covered up by the rest of the wall, so that's not going to be a huge factor. I also created an early up mock-up of this section of the MOC. So the black plates would be the functional sliding door I'm going to create right there. And these slopes that go in outwards and go vertical, and they go back inwards. That's how it looks on both sides. I'm very pleased with the outcome of this MOC so far, especially this episode, how we got to the platform and completely finished it. Next episode, I'll continue building the wall and try to finish the sliding door. That's the end of the episode. Have a good day, stay safe, and keep building.